Yeah, so my name's Chris. I'm in the London clinic today. I'm from Kent, so I work up in London most of the time. Yeah, so I've had alopecia areata now for about 15 years, on and off. Treated it with a variety of sort of unpleasant treatments. It's all fallen out, it's all come back, it's all started to fall out again. And I was really looking at alternatives. I kind of reached the end of the road with regards to the treatments that were available without taking unpleasant things like steroids, which are just not worth it. And I've always had my hair pretty short, so I'm quite comfortable with that look when I don't have kind of the patches coming through. So for me, it felt like a good kind of end solution for the whole alopecia treatment that I've been going through. It would cover up the patches. If it grows back, that's fine. It will manage that process, and it just seemed a really good way of putting the whole thing to bed and just being done with it and kind of moving on, really. Yeah, I mean, it's not something that I was massively uncomfortable with. I was quite happy to talk to people about it, and particularly other people, children or teenagers that were going through it. I was happy to give them a bit of advice, but in the end, you just get a bit fed up with it and feeling a little bit self-conscious sometimes when it's getting really bad and not having to think, oh, I've got to kind of explain this to this new person that I'm meeting, and particularly I meet lots of people in my job, and I just want to kind of put it to bed for a bit. It's been going on for so many years, so this seemed quite a good option for me. So I was quite excited when I saw it. So if you've got alopecia areata, you can't go down that hole. Not that I would go down that line, but the idea of hair transplants, because your body will reject it. So in terms of something that's not going to be painful or cause you longer term issues, this seemed quite a good option for me. So I was quite keen to explore it further. I think I was Googling it when the alopecia treatment that I was having stopped working after a couple of years of having no problems at all. And I was just Googling to see what the alternatives were. And then I saw it on one of the sites and explored 3 or 4 different providers in London and around the world, and went in, saw them, and this seemed like the best option of those people that I talked to. Yeah, I mean, obviously you don't want it to look bad, sort of going through all that and looking stupid would be pretty terrible. So I had a look at the other videos, thought very carefully about just leaving it as it is. I shaved it all off a few weeks ago, just to kind of get comfortable with going back to that look. So it's the fear that it would look kind of worse than it is at the moment, or if it was to discolour over time, or I just wouldn't want to make a mistake with something like that when for me it's just an improvement and a bit of closure on the whole alopecia. I don't want to kind of open up a new chapter of thinking, maybe I shouldn't have done that. No, I think it was definitely seeing the other videos and seeing some close-ups of other people, and there were some other people there that had gone through the same treatment as me. Since the guy that I originally talked to had it done himself, so I was able to have kind of a good close look and check that it looked okay. And that's helped put my mind to rest. Also seeing the fact that they've treated a lot of different people. And I felt it looked pretty good, and it kind of reassured me and put my mind at rest. Yeah, because I thought, I've still got a few patches of my own hair that are left that I think now I've stopped having the treatment, they will probably go. Actually, so for me it will be kind of having the full head, and then if and when those patches go, it's not really a problem because they will just be all blended in. And equally, one of the things that they were looking at doing was, I've had kind of weird journeys. I used to be really hairy when I was young, so it's been quite weird losing my hair, kind of a sort of reverse of the normal process. And one of the things that was an option there was actually getting the beard back, kind of getting that old look that I used to have. That seemed quite a good option for me. I mean, it seemed to be nicely done, nicely blended in. So that was something that they were offering that other people weren't, that I was quite interested in. So I'm also going to get the beard done to kind of fill in the patches of stubble that I have at the moment, to kind of get back my old look when I used to be young and hairy. So it'll be good to have the full look back. Yeah, over the course of 3 or 4 sessions, I believe. I also think it's one of those diseases that they're not 100% sure what causes it. It's an autoimmune disease. It's associated with high periods of stress. I remember when I very first got it, kind of 15 years ago, I was in the process of leaving a job and I was reasonably stressed then, but since then, I'm not a particularly stressed out person. Since once that condition started, there's been no kind of rhyme or reason to whether it comes or goes, which makes it an incredibly frustrating disease to live with. So I know for some people it's very hard to deal with that out in public. I mean, certainly I'm pretty comfortable with it myself. I'd just like to move on from it and stop worrying about the comings and goings of the patches.